So what are superfoods? Well, if we want to define them, we could say that superfoods are foods that contain all or nearly all the vitamins, minerals and trace minerals that the body needs. And we've got some really good examples we'll be covering today. So your algae, your seaweeds, we'll look at bee pollen, we'll look at sprouts, amongst other things. And I guess one thing to really be aware of is the term superfoods is used quite liberally in the food industry, and it's used quite liberally, of course, because it can be used as a kind of means of marketing a product. I guess the caveat to that is that there are restrictions on labelling a food as a superfood. So in order for a company to be able to do that, they do have to be able to prove that the food has certain health benefits. So we've got restrictions from an advertising perspective, but we still kind of tend to hear out there all sorts of foods as being claimed as superfoods when they may not necessarily be. So to think of a food as being a superfood, I think the key thing to remember is it must be extremely rich in nutrients and have a broad range of nutrients. And when we use foods that are true superfoods, they are fundamental to a healthy diet. Okay, so when we look at superfoods, we know that they often have really good benefits for health. And one thing that you'll find with superfoods, in addition to the fact that they have a wide range of vitamins and minerals, is that they have phytonutrients or plant compounds that have antioxidant capacity. And of course, antioxidants are really beneficial or really necessary as a supportive aspect to healthy aging. Now, often what you'll find with foods is that their antioxidant capacity is measured by what's known as the ORAC score, or the oxygen radical absorbance capacity. And there's a little thought bubble coming out on your slide, and it goes, well, how useful is the ORAC score? And what I'd really like to highlight is that it is only useful to a point. And I want to highlight it because, again, that ORAC score is often used as a marketing technique, like, look how amazing our product is, it's got a really high ORAC score. The limitation with that score is that it looks at the antioxidant capacity of a food within a test tube. It doesn't actually look at the way that compound behaves in the human body. And so the difference there is that particular plant compounds can be altered by digestion. We also need to know, well, what's their bioavailability? Some of the phenolic compounds that we use in a therapeutic sense actually have quite low bioavailability because on a molecular weight size, they're quite large, so it makes them harder to absorb. So the ORAC score is helpful, but it's not a foolproof means of determining the antioxidant capacity of a food. So what I'd really like to highlight is, don't just think, oh, well, it's got a great ORAC score. Look at the food. What's the quality of the food? Is it fresh? Is it organic? Where was it grown? Is there other evidence around the health benefits of that food? Don't rely just on one score alone. So the beauty of our superfoods is they're rich in vitamins, minerals, they're rich in these plant nutrients. Often they contain enzymes, essential fatty acids and antioxidants.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe below so you don't miss any future content. To learn more about CNM or its courses, head to www.naturopathy-uk.com.